Hi guys, welcome to another episode of
Runnin Redwood.
Today we are joined with our guest star, Tegan Horton, and Kiara is here in spirit.
Yes, she is.
So we're just going to start off by asking you what you are involved here at Redwood and just in your home life.
Mm-hmm. I was involved in ASB for 2 years, and then I am a 4-year dance force member, as well as a member of Dancer's Edge comp team, and I've been dancing there for 14 years.
Oh my goodness, wow. So is that all? Or
Yes. Did a lot of other things before that, though.
Oh, I bet. I mean, how with your busy schedule, how do you stay motivated and how do you keep a well-rounded schedule so that you don't overwhelm yourself?
I mean, at times it definitely gets tough, but I just try and have a schedule and write everything down so it's not jumbled in my head.
Yeah.
And then manage my time as best I can.
No, definitely.
Do you feel like you have a certain routine for all of that, or is it just like every day is a new day?
I think I take it day by day, but I'm always thinking, okay, what do I have going on this week?
Yeah.
What am I doing at the end of the week?
That's me too.
Yeah.
So, since you're a senior and you've been involved with a bunch of stuff, especially in the dance community, and then you were involved with ASB, how do you feel like, how do you motivate people to get involved, especially like incoming freshmen or lower classmen and even upperclassmen like juniors and seniors?
I would say my best advice as a freshman or even an upperclassman is to get involved, because it's such a great way to meet new people and have another outlet at Redwood, and all the teachers here are so great to talk to, or they'll so supportive all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah, so with everything you do, how do you feel as though your schedule has varied throughout it all? Because dance is so consuming at times, but it's so great.
Yeah, I think it definitely takes away from my free time at times.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, that used to bum me out, but now there's nothing that I've wanted to do more. I love it so much.
Well, that's good.
That's great, and I'm so happy you found something that you're so comfortable with and you really enjoy, because a lot of people just do things to do it, and I'm glad that you take pride in what you do. So can you give us kind of a breakdown? How did you get where you are? Like, who motivated you to especially get involved with dance? And then how are you now handling that, considering you've been a part of Dancer's Edge, right, for 14 years? Like, that's crazy.
Serious dedication there.
Yeah, definitely. So can you give us just like a little breakdown?
Yeah, when I was younger, I did a million other activities and sports to kind of figure out what I like to do. And then when I was about 9, they were like, okay, we're going to take a chance on this girl, and gave me a solo. And when I was younger, was kind of crazy. I just talked a lot, didn't really care about it, right? And then I started going to comp a couple years after that, and I was all, oh, I really like this. Like, I think I want to stick with this. And obviously, as you stick with an activity, it gets more and more busy scheduling wise. So I was like weeding things out, and I was like, no, this is the thing I want to stick with for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And that's so good. I'm so happy you found that and you found your passion in that.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel or what do you think that the obstacles really are for all that you do?
I think at times it's definitely difficult for us to get recognition, because people are like, oh, dance isn't a sport. Like, how hard can it be, right? And it's a lot of work, and I don't think people realize how much effort we put into everything that we do.
Years,
yes. So many years, so many hours of rehearsing for 2 to 5 minutes on stage, right? But it's so rewarding at the end of the year.
How much time do you feel as though you're spending each day in the dance?
Probably at least 5 hours a day.
That's dedication right there.
Weekends too, or?
During this time, we have choreography going on, preparing for comp, so we have a lot of hours in the studio on the weekends right now.
How long do you think it takes you guys to like make one dance?
Ooh. It depends on the choreographer for sure, but one of our prop dances, we have probably 3 to 4 rehearsals that go between 6 and 10 hours.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
How do you feel you overcome each obstacle that you face? Because like things can be thrown last minute. How do you overcome all that?
I mean, I think being around these girls from the time that we were so young is really great. So you become really close whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
And you're all kind of like sisters at that point and get along, and everyone is so supportive. And it's really great to have people around you that know what you're going through and have the same passion you do. So they're like, no, we have to get through this. We're going to be fine, right? Like, just think how great comp's going to feel if we're going out there, you know?
What would you say your greatest inspiration is, like, as a person, or maybe even like an object? I don't know, but like, what would you say really like motivates you to get up in the morning and be like, I want to do this, or who motivates you?
I think there's so many talented girls at my studio, and it's really incredible to me, even at other sports in Visalia. There are so many talented people here, even though it's a smaller scale town. And it's really great just to, from the time that we're younger, it's a little bit more like, oh, this person's my competition. Like, she's really good, right? But then transitioning into just supporting one another and wanting to be better and wanting each other to be better, you know?
I love that. I love how you guys are, like, there for each other. Because as you said, like, from a young age, growing up with these girls and then having to face the realization, like, if they go to a different studio, like, I have to compete against them. So how do you keep a positive mentality going into competitions? And also, how do you take that and implement that for schoolwork as well?
Yeah, we always just try and stay positive, and it gets difficult at times, but at the end of the day, we're always just trying to tell each other, okay, we're going to have to work this out, because if we're not working together as a team when we go out before competition, and there's kind of some unsaid animosity there, our teacher even notices something's off, and she's like, no, we have to work this out, just come together before competition. And we do every time, and it ends up working out as it's supposed to and really well. But I would just say we try and stay as positive as we can.
Yeah.
And I think that's great because, like, at this age, there's, like, so many people who are, like, so focused on tearing other people down to bring themselves up. So I think it's great that, like, you guys can just come together and bring each other up rather than focusing on each other's weaknesses.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
how do you feel as though, how do you feel that you are, like, remaining focused on, like, the main goal and not just, like, overwhelmed in everything that you do?
I think at times it was definitely difficult, but whether it be like comparing yourself to other people, and then I just always come back to, why do you want to do this? Why are you doing this? And I think that's why I stuck with it so long, is I realized I actually liked it as much as I did, and it was something that I wanted to stick with because I liked it so much, even though there was difficult obstacles along the way.
Yeah.
And that's great because, like, so many people just remain focused on, like, all the negative things. So it's great to, like, focus on everything that's positive.
Well, it's good to have a balance, too, you know, because you have to have that motivation behind it. Because if you're all, like, sunshine and rainbows, you don't have that.
For sure.
Yeah, but obviously you face challenges, but you've also grown to know yourself enough to where you can push yourself, which is great. So in the upcoming future, you know, it's your senior year. Do you have any aspirations you're looking to accomplish, or anything you've already accomplished after graduation?
Yeah, I'm really excited that I finally know what I want to do. And I decided that I didn't want to just kind of throw away all the experience that I've gained thus far, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I want to stick with it as long as I can, as long as my body lets me, because I had a stress fracture last year, so that's another thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm planning on auditioning to dance professionally for a cruise line.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
What do you feel as though your best thing is? Do you like jazz the most or hip hop or?
I think my favorite style of dance to do is like lyrical and contemporary, because you just get to be so expressive in what you do, and like if you're angry, if you're mad, you can just get it all out on the floor, right?
Yeah.
And jazz I love too, because you have to be so upbeat and like sharp, and it looks
Sassy, too.
really great when it comes together. But I like lyrical the best because you can be so expressive.
You know,
sure.
I was once a dancer. My dance teacher was Dance Moms.
Oh,
Abby Lee
okay.
Miller. And so Yeah. No, I wasn't going to answer it. I wasn't at all. I just had to, resonate with what you were saying.
We went against them once when I was younger.
Did you really?
Yeah. They came to Fresno, and then our studio owner walked into our class, and she was like, so the producers of Dance Moms called us and said, do you want to come to Fresno and compete against the girls? And we were like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Didn't you guys win that one too?
Yeah, and then I believe the plot of that episode was kind of they had a quote-unquote Fresno curse, right? Because there's so much talent out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they ended up switching the scores on the show, but
I remember Brian saying that, like, they won, but you guys had actually won.
Yeah. They did 2 different awards shows.
Oh, great.
That's crazy.
So at the end of our episodes, we always like to have the person that we're interviewing, we like to have them say a quote or something that inspires them. So can you give us a little something?
Oh, yeah. My mom told my brother this quote once. I believe it's from a baseball player, right? Because he plays baseball. And it's hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So all these people could have the natural raw talent, but unless you want to get somewhere, then you have to take the initiative to work hard towards your set goals, right? It's not just going to happen if you don't work for it.
Yeah, definitely. And I love that. Do you have anything else to add, Bella? Do you have anything else to add, Tegan?
Do you want to talk about your solo that you did recently?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was the first person for Dance Force to compete a solo at this sort of competition, and it was so exciting.
Yeah.
And such a great opportunity, especially to just go out there and get the practice. And I wasn't really sure what to expect because I'd never been to this type of competition, but it was really, really great experience. So I'm thankful and very excited to recompete at nationals.
Did you make the choreography all on your own, or
this one was my solo from Dancer's Edge. And then at nationals, I'm going to be doing a solo that I choreographed, and I'll be doing it for dance show as well.
So exciting. How long, what's the process for that when you're going to make your solo? Picking the song, picking your outfit, picking the dance, the style, everything.
Yeah, usually it was the hardest part, honestly, is finding a song, right?
Right.
And something that I'm going to connect to when I go out on stage, so the emotion comes naturally and I don't have to think about it as much. But it was a little bit easier because Miss Lapp was like, do you think you can make it to the theme? Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, let me think of who performed in the Super Bowl. So I went with Hurt by Christina Aguilera. And we had that song a couple years back for one of our prop dances, but it was a cover. And I really, really always loved the song. So I was like, this is going to be great, right? And then for the choreographing process, I usually start by just listening to the song and improvising on my own and seeing kind of what feels natural and what I can do, and then where to implement all the tricks that I like, right?
Yeah. What do you feel the best way to learn a dance is?
For me, it's muscle memory and really breaking down every step and doing it over and over and over again. That way it's not just in my head, but it's also in my body. So if my brain forgets, my body still knows what it's doing.
And then connecting it to the music again.
Yes, absolutely.
Lyrics.
Y'all, practice makes perfect.
Yes.
Very true. Do you have any questions?
No, I think this was awesome. You're so talented.
Thank you so
only
much.
wish the best for you.
Oh, I have one question.
Yeah, take it away.
I just thought of it. How many dances are you going to do in the dance show?
Oh my goodness.
'Cause you're in so many different things.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd have to count them. And I can't even remember.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm doing all my dances for Dance Force and International, so I'm excited. Oh, and a TI dance.
Oh, yes. Right. How many hours do you spend in the dance room each day here at Redwood versus at the studio at home?
I spend, I believe, 3 hours in the dance room here at Redwood this year.
Dedication.
Yes.
Well,
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you guys for
thank
watching.
you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.